Good Tuesday morning, crafty friend Sparkle here. Say, it's been a while. I just wanted to update you on my status. I was able to get my printer replaced and it's up and running, and now I'm just waiting for some more ink to come from Insta Ink. So I'm still looking around for some things to do that don't involve a lot of printing unless I have stuff already printed. And so I made a purchase from Miranda over at Sunshine and Grace. She was closing out her channel and starting a new channel, and I saw this in there. And I've always loved these pouches that are lined, and they hold ephemera or whatever in here. They're like little wallets. So I took a look-see, and I didn't have any lace that was long and I could wrap. But I did have some shorter pieces of like this black tape. So I was inspired by Miranda, and I did this one. And it I've got to glue my Velcro a little bit better because it seems to be catching. I don't want to rip anything. Yeah, I'm going to have to fix my my Velcro, but that's just something. I lined them with a coffee filter. I don't know if you can see in there. And yeah, and I used some my Edith Holden paper, and that's kind of thick, so that's good. And some of the laces I had purchased from Amanda, so I used them on here. Here's a pearl button. I think this was from Cheryl Halifax. And yeah, so I can put my goodies in here. And I basically mimicked the one that I got from Miranda, okay, for this one. And I love how it turned out, and I like the size. So then I used a bigger, was just a piece of cardstock, or not cardstock, the paper that I misprinted when my printer was on the fritz. But I just used a piece of that. And on this one, I just added some of this ribbon tool that I got from Dollar Tree. So I put that on here on top of my paper. So I like that too. It's a softer look. And here's an embellishment that I had made, and a piece of lace and a tab. And then this was just a piece of scrap, and I colored the pearl with a Copic pen. And again, this one, I have my coffee, my signature coffee filter. And this one is just a little bit bigger, so you can put bigger things in here. Okay, so I really like that. If anybody's interested, we can make some off camera. I mean, we can make some together. Just let me know. But yeah. So while I was making this, I was thinking I needed some more flowers because I'm out of flowers. And yesterday, I had a terrible disaster. I had a whole mug of my coffee at my workstation over there, not here, thank God. And I spilled coffee on my Dell Inspiron laptop, and it didn't spark or anything. I quick got the power off, and I took my spray that you clean the air duster thing, and I quickly did that and shot all the coffee out and wiped it up. I had a rag, and I wiped everything up, and then I just I literally prayed over my computer because I was just devastated. I mean, I just got my printer back up, 2 days ago, and now my computer was down. So I let it sit under the fan for about 12 hours. I turned it on last night before I went to bed. Oh, my finger's still red. And I saw Junk Journal Jennifer Mendoza, I believe that's her last name. I'm sorry, I forgot your last name, Jen. But anyway, she was making these flowers. And I said, I'm out of flowers. Let's make it. So with her, as my inspiration last night, I made a couple of flowers. Now, she did them a little different, and she She used tissue paper, like wrapping paper, and I just used tea bags. These are tea bags, different sizes. And this is my coffee filter ones. These are my signatures. I've made these for years. And I just trace holes with my template because I can't draw or cut. And then cut them out or tear them. And this is just the circles cut real rough. And I just crinkle them up in a ball, separate them, and that's these. And Jen showed us how to use our threads that I never use. I have to figure out how to glue them into little units so that I could just put them under my button. So that's what these are. And then she also showed us how to make some with toilet paper. Now this one, I put some pink ink on it as an afterthought. But it's just toilet paper, toilet tissue. Okay, so these are kind of flimsy, but cute. So I thought, if I didn't have this button already on here, and I could take that off if I want, just to put one of these on here. And that would give it some stability, okay? Or one of these could go on here as well. And you could put as many layers as you want. And it would depend on your project. Now, if I'm just doing just a really simple project, I want something flat, I might just, that looks pretty that way too. Okay, so different sizes, different looks. That's all I'm saying. And then this also is a signature one that I make often, and it's just with book pages. This is an old Bible, so it's this weight paper, and it's going to be the same fold for all of these flowers. So to save time, I've already cut or at least made my circles and things to save a little bit of time, okay? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 different units. So I think we'll start with the tea bag one. So those of you that know, my husband is disabled and not doing well, but I make him a cup of tea every night, and I save his tea bags. I know, I'm weird. And I dry them out overnight, and then they look like this. And I have them in a container. And if anybody can tell me what to do with this part of it, that would be awesome. But this is my tea bag box. And he also, as you all know, those of you that watch me, saves me his coffee filters when he makes coffee. Okay, I have it all set up, and he pushes a button. But he saves his the grounds, and then I swish them in the morning, and this is what I get. And one of these is usually in all my journals or in all my major projects, because I want to always remember Mike. So that's how I got these. Toilet paper was off the roll in the bathroom. Easy peasy. Okay. And this was a Bible that I had that was in the bin to go to like Goodwill, and I just took it from church. So that's where all this is recycled, upcycled things. So I've already got these cut and folded or cut, and I'll show you how we did that, and then we'll put a few together. So you're going to take your tea bag or your toilet paper or we're going to do one of each. These are different. So when you open your tea bag, sometimes there's a strip of paper on the side here, and it just comes off, so you could just pull that off, okay? So it looks like that. And usually when it's wet, I'll go in there and I'll move things around so that it gets a pattern. Okay, so otherwise, if you just leave them, they're kind of plain, but that's okay. So you take one of these, and this is how Jen showed us, and you fold it almost in half. It's supposed to be square. I'm not doing any measuring, and it doesn't matter because, oops, here's the other end. It doesn't matter because it's art. No flowers are perfect. So you have it folded in half. Take this piece and make a triangle. Now all you want to make sure is that I don't care what this side or the top looks like. It's not something we need to worry about, okay? So you got one triangle. Then you're going to take the bottom and make another triangle. You want to make sure all the open edges are on this side, okay? So that was 2. She does 4. I just do 3, okay? And then, I'm going to turn it. You want, pretend that looks like an ice cream cone. You want the point down here. And I want smaller scissors. Now, this is what's here. And then you're just going to cut and you're going to make like a heart. This will be the big one. Okay. And then you just open it. And she crinkles up here. I do or I don't. Depends what kind of. So she crinkles up on here. And then when you open it, you'll have 2 pieces because it was doubled. Okay? And it doesn't matter if they're not perfect. It doesn't matter because what you're going to do is you're going to pile them up and then we're going to glue them together. Okay? And that's what all this is. So we'll do another one. We'll do a paper one because they're the same principle. So again, I don't care what size it is. I'm just going to fold it in half because that'll give us double, or not in half. I leave a little bit of room, and then you're going to want to make a. I just hold this side here, and as long as your bottom's straight, then this will be my edge. If you need to, because you're visual, you could cut this. But I don't. Okay. And then make another triangle. I just bring this down. Again, I try to keep all my open edges going to the right. Okay. And yeah, give it a good crimp. And then we'll do it one more time. Okay. So you have your triangle. I take this point and I put it down here. Now this will be our bigger one. Or we'll do a smaller one. So it just depends where you cut it. How big or how small your pieces are. That's your garbage. Then you have like a heart. And then you can crimp your edges or do whatever you want with your edges here. So you crimp them, wrinkle them, whatever you want to do with them. And then when you open it up, you'll have 2 pieces. Okay. Now you can mix and match. And as you're building this, you could put the paper ones on here. I just stagger them when I glue them on. So you could use this and mix and match. You can put these on the tissue ones. The tissue is the same way. Let's keep everything straight so I know. Okay, so I started my tissue ones here. I made a bunch. So this is just a square pretty much. They're not really all squares, but I just make it as best I can. Like I said, don't worry about that. If it really bugs you, you can cut it off and just make. I think Jen did 4. I only do 3. Well, we could do 4 with this one. Now we're going to make a smaller one because I think I got enough bigger ones on for this. So then this, I just sort of rough them up. Now I'm not coloring anything. Actually, I might not even put my buttons on because it depends where you're going to put them, what kind of trim you want. But when we open this up, we'll only have one because this is not doubled, okay? So then you can, well, it's pretty much the same size as that. Let's make a tinier one. And you can put as many as you want together. You know, and maybe you want to put that on here. Okay, we'll do one more of this. And we'll make this one smaller. So you make your triangle. Make your triangle again. Make your triangle again. Try to keep this a point. I'm just straightening it out. Let's see, where are we? This is my point here. Okay, we're just going to do, how many do we do? I got mixed up. So we got 1, we got 2, and we got 3. There's 4. This one we're going to do really small. So we get it open, get our heart, rough it up, and it's a little bit smaller. Okay, so that's that one. This is the beginning of this one. For the circles, I just cut my circles out and I just layer them. These I just put a brad in the center. This one actually is a tea bag one. This is a tea bag one. Goes over there. Yeah. This one I put the butter. This one I put a button in and some thread. But this one we'll just put a brad in. So I'm just taking my pokey tool. Try to line them up. And poke. And decide what you want to put here. If you want a different color, like I might put a white one in here, and then when I use it, I can color the top with my marker. So I'm going to do it that way. I'm going to put a white one in here. And then this one, I scrunch it. You know, it's paper. It's a coffee filter. You got to be careful with these things here. I want to cut them because you don't need too much room here. Let's just cut these off. These brads are really long, or you could fold it over as well. So I just folded it over or cut it. So I get them in a ball and then I just open it up. Now while it's like this, sometimes I just take my my dauber or my an ink. Yeah, it depends what look you're going for. I know it doesn't look very pretty, but when you open it and you mess around with it, you know, they're quite cute. And like I said, if you put that on the center here, it's a whole new look. Okay? So keep that in mind when you're making things, that there's different ways for things to look. Okay? So you see how that one was put together. To assemble these, it's the same thing. Okay, I've got a bunch here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can add more or less. I turn them upside down. This is what Jen showed us. And I'm just using my art glitter glue. I'm unplugging my art glitter glue. Now this stays wet a little bit because it is tea bag. So stagger them so they're not right on top of each other. Okay? And they all have different patterns, which is really fun. You can put the glue on this side if you want. And then, yeah, just get a pattern that you're comfortable with. And so I'll link her channel, and you can see how she does it. She might do it a little different than me. Like I said, I was rebuilding my computer. Oh, so I told you that after several hours, maybe about 8 or 9 hours, just before bed, I came in here and I turned on my computer and it booted up, and it was in the state where it tells you, you know, there's an error, but did I want to run a scan? And I said, well, what do I got to lose? I really thought it was a no-go. So I said, sure. So it ran, and like I said, I was there for a little bit of time. But yeah, so that's when I was, I had my phone set up, so I just went and I was messing around, and I saw these, and I said, gotta make some. Okay, that's the one I want. And spill everything all over the place. So be careful with your coffee on your computer. I think that I use that air gun, that compressor, whatever you call it. That really saved me. Okay, so here's some you know, thread scraps. Now I don't know how to get them. I wish I could find a way to glue them so that they stay in a little pile. So I think, no, I'll just use this. I tried putting them on some paper last night, some parchment paper, thinking I could glue them on there, and then when they dried, they'd be in little clusters. And maybe you can do that, and I wasn't doing it right. But anyway, there's a pile of thread, assuming it's going to dry soon if you get your finger off it. And then I just have a button. You can use whatever centerpiece. On this little one here, I used a sequin. This one has a brad, and you'll color that to match your work. So then this is going to take a little bit of time to adhere. So you can just fluff. The tea bag ones are really nice because it's really pliable. But I'd like that you can make them bigger or smaller, and what you do with them, because I thought, well, maybe I want to put one of these on here, up there. I know I have something on the back, but, or even on this one. That would look so pretty. Or one of the tissue ones. And like I said, when you're doing the tissue ones or any of these, don't put the top on until you decide if you want to add a different color on top. Something like that. So I wouldn't put a button here. I would just put this on here. And that's what I'm going to do for this one. So I'll just pin that there so I'll remember. So this is the tea bag one. This is the beginning of a book page one. This is a tea bag one. This is a coffee filter. It's a tea bag. So we'll finish them. And these are the toilet tissue ones. So I hope you were inspired, my friends. We're missing one. Okay. So I hope you were inspired and that you'll try this. They're really fun. And if you want to see how I did my version of these little pouches, ephemera pouches, I just like the crinkly sound and everything. Let me know and we can make some on camera. So have a blessed, beautiful day, my friends. Bye now.